Hey, what's going on, guys? Talk Norwich City here, back for another breakfast with TNC. I hope you guys are doing fantastically well. My breakfast this morning is random. You can say that. I have a hot coffee, an iced coffee, a slice of lemon drizzle cake, and a packet of dates. Yeah, that's the thing. The cake, though, it's like, I genuinely think it's like, if you entered it into like a village cake competition, it would win. It's moist, it's crispy on top. This was actually made by my girlfriend's mum. So, shout out for the best lemon drizzle cake I've ever tasted. The dates are organic because we do love working with the nature here on Talk Norwich City. A cafe latte is Starbucks, the tax avoiding idiots, but you know, not to worry. Anyway, back for some Norwich City news. Lots of it today. Yeah. Let's have a look at the first bit of news then. It's all about Kyle Lafferty. He has said that Northern Ireland can beat anyone at Euro 2016 if he turns up. Kyle Lafferty being Kyle Lafferty. Yesterday, it was thought that Kyle Lafferty was going to miss the Euros through a groin injury. It ended up being a little niggle, and he should be fine for the first game. A really interesting line that I thought I'd pick up out of this. It's quite a long article. It's a good one off The Guardian. It says, "It's strange," says Lafferty, "of the contrast in his status for club and country, because the belief I have with the national team is unbelievable. Michael made me realise how important I am to the team. They know that if I turn up, we can beat anyone. The last year has been an absolute nightmare for me club-wise, but I've enjoyed coming away and knowing that I'm going to get game time." So a bit of a dig there at Norwich City, really, saying that one, they don't instill confidence in him, and two, they don't give him the game time that he deserves. Kyle Lafferty thinks, according to this, he's one of the best strikers in Europe, which is, I suppose he has scored a lot of goals for Northern Ireland. I'm very interested to see if Kyle Lafferty is going to turn up at the Euros. I think he might score a few goals. I think Northern Ireland will do quite well. I'm going to be following the progress here on Talk Norwich City, so you guys keep up to date with it. But this is a really interesting article. As always, I'm going to link everything down in the description. So yeah, Kyle Lafferty, a little dig there at Norwich City. The next one up is probably the biggest news coming out of Norwich over the last couple of days. It's that betting firm 888 Sport is the favourites to become the Norwich City main sponsor. I said favourites there, get it, because they're a betting company. They do odds. Yeah, good. So yeah, to be honest, loads of criticism coming out of the Norwich fans of this because they're a betting firm. Like, I can see why it might annoy some people. Gambling isn't something you want to get into, especially promoting it to children. I'm not even sure if they're going to be allowed to sell it on children's shirts. A betting company, I'm not sure about the whole laws and things like that. But to be honest, I don't care. I really don't care who's on the front of our shirt. As long as it's not like a really bad company, which 888 Sport aren't. They're like a respectable gambling business, if you can be respected in the gambling business. But like, you might not want to hear me say that, but I genuinely don't care what's on the front of a Norwich City shirt. Like, if they pay the right money, then stick them on the front of the shirts. That's kind of the end of that news story. 888 Sport, they've previously sponsored Middlesbrough. They've had links with Reading, Burnley and Swindon. I don't know, like, if they want to be the sponsor, give it to them. But transfer news coming in. Norwich City have been linked with Jordan Much from Crystal Palace. I remember Much from his Cardiff days. And reading this article, this was actually the last club he actually sort of got game time at. He's been at QPR and Crystal Palace since then and hasn't really got any game time. Crystal Palace signed him for £4.75 million. It's a pretty hefty fee, but he hasn't really got the game time he deserves. From what I can remember of Much, I'm not going to act like a Jordan Much guru, but he was a pretty solid player. The only thing I would say here is, do we really need another midfielder? Like, a central one at that. We've got Afoe, Dorrans, Malumbu, Howson, O'Neill, Tete. You know, that's six off the top of my head. I don't know. I think we need like defence and strikers more importantly. But if Much comes in, like, I'm not going to be against it, put it that way. And finally, on the EDP, a bit of an opinion article here from Paddy Davitt, and one that I really want to talk about. The case for the defence at Norwich City still includes John Ruddy. So Paddy Davitt putting out a bit of love for John Ruddy here, and I think he is exactly right to do so. I've seen loads and loads of people commenting on my videos, which I love, by the way. I love when you guys comment about sort of transfers and stuff. You know, I've been doing a lot of transfer videos. Loads of people saying, oh, they want Kieran Westwood from Sheffield Wednesday. Get John Ruddy out. I don't want John Ruddy at the club anymore. I think you need to be very careful when you say that, because yes, John Ruddy didn't have the best season in the Premier League last year. No one did. He didn't have a defence to protect him. He pulled off great saves at times. I think it was right when Declan Rudd came into the team. Declan Rudd proved that he probably isn't a Premier League goalkeeper. Not at this time anyway. But John Ruddy's a good goalkeeper, and he knows the club. He's a respected figure at the club. That's the most important thing. In the Championship, you need these kind of figures around the club, like him, like Russell Martin, who can just, you know, carry the club forwards. And I think John Ruddy's a good Championship keeper. I really do. And if John Ruddy doesn't play to the best of his ability, stick Declan Rudd in goal. I think next season is huge for the development of Declan Rudd. Declan Rudd is a good quality goalkeeper, but he's like, what is he, 24 now? He's not young anymore. He wants to be getting game time at Norwich City. If he doesn't get that game time, I'm worried that Declan Rudd will leave. And I don't want that to happen, because I think Declan Rudd is the future Norwich City #1. So next season, Alex Neil has a huge conundrum with the goalkeeper situation, and something he really does need to look at strongly. So that's all the news today. My questions for you guys are, John Ruddy, do we keep him? Do we sell him? Jordan Much, would you take him? Do you really care about 888 Sport becoming the new Norwich City sponsor if they do? And Kyle Lafferty, do we keep him at Norwich City? And more importantly, will he perform for Northern Ireland in the European Championships? That is Breakfast with TNC today. I'm about to tuck into my lemon drizzle and dates and coffee and iced coffee and stuff. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you very soon. Peace out.